Welcome to Magic is Real, the podcast where we focus on spiritual journeys, near-death experiences, and all things metaphysical and spiritual. If this podcast resonates with you, it would mean the world if you could like, subscribe, and share with like-minded friends. Thank you so much for being here with an open heart and mind. I wish you peace, light, and love always.
Hello. Thank you for being here today, everybody. You are listening to or watching Magic is Real. I'm Shannon Torrance. I'm your host. I'm a psychic medium. And today I'm real excited because I have two of my dearest friends with me. I have chills. I'm so excited. So Shannon Roc is a psychic medium. She also goes by the Weedium. And we'll talk about that a little bit. And I don't know where she's going to appear on screen. This is my beautiful friend, Meredith. Both are in LA, where I'm from. And Meredith is going to be receiving a reading from Shannon, who is, I'm not going to hype her up because I'll make her nervous, but she's really talented. But I just want to start by introducing Shannon. Shannon, I just want you to give us a little rundown on who you are. You're also a music producer and a musician, and a mom. How did all of this start for you? How did you become a medium, or how did you find your way into this crazy world?
It's definitely crazy. I think it all began when I was about 2 months old. People are going to be like, "What?" But I was adopted by my aunt and uncle because my birth mother tragically died in a car accident when she was 17. So I believe that I'd always seen people that weren't there. I'd always felt people that weren't there. I'd always been afraid of the dark, and I realized this was probably her trying to stay connected with me, all of my life, because I was always just taught, "Oh, you're adopted. We love you just the same. No big deal." And sorry, I keep clearing my throat, guys.
I
I
do
took
too.
a giant bong rip earlier, so it's like
That's why they call her the medium, or what she calls herself, the medium.
the weedium, it's the weeds. But I think this was just really her way to stay connected. As I got older, I never realized it because back then I didn't know there was a difference between the light and the dark. I thought it was all just, ghosts and paranormal and exorcists and stuff like that. I didn't. And then I thought what psychics were tarot card readers and people that have crystal balls in the corner of like big streets. I didn't know the depth of what mediumship truly was at that like granular level. I just thought it was all kind of the occult because that's what I was taught to believe, coming from a very Southern Baptist, religious, right-wing, conservative, Republican military household. So I'm like the complete opposite end of the spectrum, but I tucked it away for a long time. And then recently in the last 5 years, I got to the point where I was things were happening again. I was hearing voices, and I knew at this point it wasn't crazy because I'd been through that all my life already, had everything checked out. I was fine. And I came to the realization that, okay, somebody somewhere is trying to contact me. And finally, when I spoke to people about the people I was hearing and seeing, and saying in real time what these people that I was seeing were telling me, and they were validating me, I realized, holy shit, I am literally in two different worlds at one time. There is no way to explain any of this. There is no empirical evidence, like scientific evidence, to say that, I'm not mentally ill, other than doctors have said I'm not. But I think there are people that can tap into something just completely out of this world, no pun intended. And I think this is something that I was given. I think it's also hereditary. I think this is generational. I think we carry a lot of, they say we carry a lot of like trauma in our DNA and from different lifetimes and different people. So I think when you get to the point where I feel like I think this might be my last earthly life. I think this is I think that's why I've had this awakening in the last 5 years where I finally said, you know what, I'm not going to tuck this stuff away anymore. I'm not going to hide the fact that I puff on the tweeds. Like, this is who I am. I am not going to pretend I'm not this person. And then the people that just don't get me are not part of my tribe. And I'm totally cool with that. I'm so okay with that, because that just opens the space up for the people that are supposed to be there.
That's such a beautiful thing to take note of. And I will say, I know there are a lot of people that say you shouldn't use any substances when you're doing spiritual work. I just think it depends on the person. And I will say that I'm not like, I don't smoke because I'm a voice actor, but I take tincture, and my abilities enhance tenfold when I take some THC. I can't get like high, or else then I'm in another world altogether, which is not the right station, but it enhances my abilities so much. And so I always take a little bit, like I'm not high. I just start to hear very clear voices and see very clear pictures. I can imagine, my imagination is enhanced. And so again, I always heard like, don't touch any substances, whatever. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, but for me, it actually super helps because I'm a very logical brained person. And so it kind of takes me out of that and into a different space. And so I think everybody's different. And so I'm not endorsing it. It- the PSA is, drugs, everyone has a different relationship with drugs. You can become addicted to drugs and you don't want to rely on it. However, whatever works for you, and I've watched Shannon read, and she's the type of person that can take a bong rip and then all of a sudden she's like channeling like a crazy person. So I just think it's your brain structure, like how it reacts to things, and do you. So that makes total sense.
I think everybody, everybody has their own version of what I think what they say you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do in mediumship. And you're right. They say you shouldn't have any substances. That's what they say. However, if you go back through history, they call spirits a reason. They call drinks like spirits for a reason. And they would have drinks to summon like the dead, essentially. And a lot of times they would equate the alcohol with the negative. So hence the spirits. I think I've looked at it as, I'm not a drinker. So I know that when I did drink, I could see that happening, like the dark, you kind of lose like your gauge. So I think I don't look at weed as like a substance. For me, I look at it as a way to turn off the noise so I can be
Mhm.
fully present.
Me too, because I have really
I
bad
don't get
anxiety.
high.
Yeah.
Me too. We're the same.
Hmm.
And I look at it more as, I never am able to get high because my tolerance is just like through the roof, man. I think I would have to, there would have to be, I would have to have some serious, strong kind of tweeds to take me to the place where I was when I first ever started smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to go way back. So I don't get high. I literally just am able to step out of my body and look at things for what they are. And I realized, man, it's not really a shit show, dude. You're just tripping over like stuff that's so insignificant because you can see from a totally different perspective. It's almost
Yeah.
like the anxiety crazy Shannon, the earthly Shannon, is the one like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I can't, and then the other Shannon, the 5-dimensional Shannon or whatever, is like, whoa, man, like, you just burned the corners of the cupcake. It's not a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
they're still edible.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw the whole thing away and start over. Like, stupid stuff like that, like things that are so insignificant, but you have so much happening around you, and you're also picking up and absorbing everybody else's energy. And sometimes you can't shield that. It's just inevitable, because I can turn it off, but you know what? Let's just be real. For the most part, like, I think we're kind of always on call,
I do too.
you
People
know?
always say, "Do you turn off the abilities?" I'm like, never. I mean, I'm not haunted, like, quote unquote, by anything. Like, I don't see spirit everywhere. They're not distracting me. I actually welcome them any time of day. Come on in. And they do, and it's fun, and it feels like I have friends with me that give me messages. So I think that's really cool. Um, so do you need a minute before we
No, I'm
get
already
started?
going. I was just kind of like
Yeah.
watching Meredith and just kind of like, I don't know why I feel like I've seen you before. This is so, I feel like
I
I'm
was
having,
actually like, right before we got on, I was like, oh no, they're kind of in the same world. I'm like, they might actually know each
really?
other, but
No,
you don't.
but okay. I just like, I feel like it's one of these people where I'm on here and I'm like, it's like a Zoom call with somebody you've already like, I feel like it's like a writing session I've already been in. It's just
Yeah.
bizarre. It's
You
weird.
remind me a lot of somebody that I just spent a lot of time with. So I'm like, have we met before, or is it that? But I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like a familiar,
Yeah.
kind of vibe. I don't know how to describe it. It's so bizarre. It's just
Energy.
weird to
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Energies. I don't know. I just get, it's like
Matching frequencies.
seriously. Okay. Who's Rachel?
Rachel is a childhood friend. Well,
Okay.
there's two Rachels, but yeah.
Who's okay. I'm going to say this is weird. There's two Rachels. Are you good? Are you close enough to both of them if they give me something significant?
Probably just the one from childhood.
Who's the Rachel that has the gray cat or has the cat? Who's the gray cat? Because there's a cat too, but I also talk to animals. So this could be a cat like from your childhood or a cat, somebody here now.
Well, my cat Pepper is sitting with me.
Do you have a gray cat?
She's white with gray and brown spots.
Oh my God, dude. Okay,
So
whoever is, go ahead.
I may have to call off Dusty because that's my cat. My gray cat is in spirit, Dusty also. So
Oh, Dusty. Oh my God. Okay.
But-
Okay. Well, maybe Dusty, I think Dusty could be here with us right now with her cat.
it's possible.
Because this is like, oh my God. Okay, here we go. Okay.
I'll
So,
tell my
okay.
people to back down.
Okay,
Stand
Dusty,
down.
hang tight, buddy. Hang tight. He's just chilling. Okay, so go back to Rachel, your childhood friend. Do you have any connection to Texas or like the lake or anything? A lake?
Yeah, we grew up going to, I'm not in Texas, but we grew up going to a lake all summer long, every summer.
You and Rachel? Your
Rachel
childhood friend?
Yeah, Rachel was close with my mom and my family. I don't want to give you too much.
Okay, don't tell me anything. Okay, because I'm getting there. Do you see what they're showing me? This is how they tell me. They're going to tell me a story. Okay, because I'm from Texas and I grew up on the lake. So they're showing me like the backwoods, like where the lake is. Because I used to go, there was like, so what I'm seeing, I'm going to write down this stuff because there's a lake. I already wrote Rachel down. So when I walk out, it's like I'm walking through somebody's backyard or something. And it's kind of like, what do you call it when it's like foresty, like foliage or whatever? I'm walking through wooded. Yes, wooded. Like wooded. I was like, it's not a forest, but yes. And it's almost like I'm walking through this, and then there's all I see is it opens up, and there's this like a dock thing, and then it opens up to like a bigger square, and you can lay out on this. Like I see people like on their towels laying out. It looks like you can jump off of it into the lake. Do you know where I'm talking about?
Yeah, that could be, that's sort of two different places. So one is Beaver Lake, and we were members there, and it's like yes, the owners lived on, like their houses were there. It's a small lake, and then there's like a little beachfront, and then there's two water slides. There wasn't a dock, but then my cousins had lived on a lake, and there is a dock and tons of woods around, and you kind of like walk down a path
and onto and then there's the dock, right? And then there's the water, right? Okay, that's where I am.
Oh my God.
Okay. This is your cousin? This is your cousin's area? Like,
yeah, but Rachel, I don't think has ever been there.
Okay, it doesn't matter, but the fact that I heard Rachel, it could be somebody else saying Rachel because there's a connection. Is Rachel still here?
She is, but I kind of feel like I know.
Okay. Is her mom still here?
No.
Okay. Is her mom's name like Maggie or something?
Oh my gosh, I don't think so. I honestly can't remember, but I know it doesn't start with an M.
Okay, I'm writing down Maggie just because I don't know. Okay. Okay. Wow. see how this happens to me. I never know who's going to come through. One person will come through and then they're going to bring everybody else through. So I think this is Rachel's mom coming through and talking about your childhood because you knew who she was through your childhood. You knew her mom through your childhood. Is that right?
No, I actually never met her mom. She passed before we met.
But you knew Rachel through your childhood?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to put the pieces together. Hang on a second. Okay, because I'm back at the lake again. There's also a boy. So I don't know if these people are living or gone, but this guy reminds me of like a little Abercrombie model, and he's got like blonde, kind of longish, curly, blondish brown hair. He reminds me of like a Matthew McConaughey, like in what's that high school movie he did?
Oh, Dazed and Confused.
Yes, he reminds me of like that kind of character. Do you know a Brandon? I'm writing it down anyway, because I'm just gonna, if I don't say it, I'm so scared I'll miss something. Brandon, just remember that.
I can write it down too.
Okay.
Not since I was really young, like maybe like 5.
Would Brandon be connected to Rachel around that same time?
No.
Okay.
Now I'm like questioning what her brothers' names are. No, it's not Brandon. Okay.
Okay, because whoever this is telling me all of these people that would have kind of been around that same time. That's why they're telling me names. So I'm gonna figure out like exactly who this is. Because there's a lady, but then there's also a bunch of other people. So I don't know if this is Rachel's mom. Did you without telling me anything, did you already talk to the people you want to come through and say, hey, I need you to come through? You didn't?
A little.
Okay.
One.
Okay. God, I hate this because it's like, I don't know, because there's so many people. I don't know who they are.
But I'll be excited to relay any messages to Rachel as well.
Okay. Is your dad still here?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's this other man that's also here. And I feel like I thought he was your dad. So I'm wondering if would he be your dad's dad? Would he be your grandfather?
Maybe.
Do you know, were you close to him if I describe what he looks like?
No, he passed when I was young.
Okay, never mind. I don't know who this guy is. Okay, I'm just going to write it down because there's an older man and he's heavy set with white hair. And he reminds me of like an athletic director at a school or like a coach. Do you know who that would be?
I mean, I don't. I feel like that's somebody on Rachel's family. Like I'm
really.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. God, man, it's like, yo, I want to talk to Meredith's people. Oh my God. Okay.
No, it's good. She's part of my people. It's all good.
I know, but it's so crazy because I think all these people are for Rachel. It's bizarre. Who's Andy?
Oh, I have 2 uncles named Andy, but one has passed on my dad's side. And I was close with him when I was a baby, but
okay, okay. I'm trying to see which one this is because it's hard. Sometimes I can't see them. It's like very far away. I'm trying to see who this is. Is this older Andy or younger Andy? I don't feel like this is like an older Andy. Is there a younger Andy out of those 2 Andys? Which one's the younger one? Is he still here?
He's still here.
Oh my God, dude, this is so crazy. I'm just going to name these names, okay? This is how it goes because I'm trying to figure out where the family dynamics. I'm trying to figure out who's connected. There's a long line of people. Who's Matt? Because that's what this guy Andy just said. Who is Matt? Or this guy that just said Andy also said Matt. And the guy that I'm looking at is tall and thin with white hair. He's in a dress shirt, and he's wearing nice pants. and loafers. It looks like a polo type shirt. I feel like I want to call him John. I don't know why.
Okay. Matt is Rachel's younger brother. He's still here.
Are you serious? Okay, these are for Rachel's people. These are Rachel's people. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, well, listen, I think right now, for at least in this moment, you're the relay. Like they knew that you were going to be the one that was going to be able to get to her because this was their opportunity.
I'm down with it. It's wonderful.
Okay, but they're going to give me something else too. They never just take. I mean, they always give me something. They always they never, it's never just about, they just want to get her out of the way first so that we can focus on you.
Right.
And then they're probably going to tell me stuff for, what about the horses? Who has the horses? Are the horses Rachel, connected to Rachel?
I'm not sure about that.
It's weird because it's like I see this open field of horses, like I'm on a ranch. I'm shaking. I got the spirit
Oh my
vibes.
God. Her dad lives on a farm.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Her dad that's still here. Yeah, he owns a farm, I think.
Okay, see, these are Rachel's people. Oh my God, dude. Damn, they are strong. It's not just one of them, it's all of them. Oh my God. I'm freezing right now. Is Rachel like a really strong personality? Is she very, because everybody else is very much like they pushed on through, because I'm trying to figure out who this is. I think it's her mom.
She had to raise herself from a young age, and she's she's strong. Like she's easygoing, but she's tough.
Yeah, firm is the word that I have. Very just like very much like boundaries and like I don't want to mess with her. She knows what she's doing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys have a bird or something? Or like, did Rachel have a bird? Did you guys have like a bird, like a pet bird, like a parrot or like a parakeet?
I can't remember if Rachel might have. Our other best friend in that little circle did. They had 2 birds.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. It wasn't anyone named Becky, was it?
We had another best friend named Becky.
Okay. Jesus.
You're tapping into this like circle of all around this particular age where we all hung out, like junior high,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is God, man, this is so crazy. Did you ever see a picture of, have you ever seen a picture of what Rachel's mom looks like?
Mm-hmm.
You did? Okay. Mm-hmm. Because what I see this picture of her, oh my God, I'm shaking. She reminds me of like, do you remember like the holiday Barbies?
Yes.
Like the big hair, like the curlers, like the hot roller hair. And she's very like, this woman is very put together. She looks very, she's got hair like your color. But it looks like it's done. Like she looks like, to me, she looks like a model. So I don't know but it's very 80s. Yeah. But she's beautiful. She looks like a model to me. So I'm wondering, and she's wearing like pink. It almost looks like one of those glamour shots, man. You know those glamour shots?
Yeah. That's funny because Rachel has some glamour shots that like we used to laugh about, but her and her mom look identical. Like she looks like her mom, and the hair is very similar. It's like curly, puffy.
Yes, puffy, curly, puffy. Yes. Okay. Like I don't know how to explain other than like, how people get the hot rollers, like Farrah Fawcett, like the big, like the full. Okay. Yeah. There's going to be a picture of her and her mom, and there's somebody wearing like this big giant pink boa. Look for the giant, it's like pink or like light pink or something. It's one of those crazy glamour shot pictures. Okay. That's why her mom's talking about the glamour shot. I think this is a picture of them together, but I assumed this was her mom because that's the picture I see. It looks like one of those kind of like a glamour shot. I guess do they even do those anymore? I don't even know. God, I'm shaking. I don't know when this is from.
I think they still do. But Yeah, I'll be curious to see what Rachel says about this, because I wonder if her mom's referencing the glamour shop, because I think that was done after her mom had passed.
Okay, then look for the pink. There's something with the pink, and it's like frilly or like a feather or something, like a boa. It's all I know is it's like that stupid, that dumb pose where they do the whole,
Yes.
and they're holding on to the boa thing, that's what it's like, one of those, or they're holding the popped up collar or some shit like that. It's one of those crazy like poses.
I can't wait to ask her about that.
But all I see is the pink. It's like pink. Like just and how I see things too, sometimes they over exaggerate everything. So to me, it could be like really obnoxious, but it might be very subtle, but you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. If she's showing me this picture, which I'm telling you right now, I would bet if I had $100 right here, I'd be like, here, take it. It will show up. Or she's going to say, I just saw that the other day or something.
Right.
I wonder, do you know if there's an anniversary coming up of some sort? Is Rachel's birthday coming up?
Yeah. Yes, April 5th.
This is her mom.
Yeah.
This is her mom. Okay, I'm going to see if she'll tell me her name. I keep getting all these names, man, and I want to know, like, this is so wild because you never met her, but she knows you so well. Okay, she's talking about like a favorite flower, and I think she's referencing you. So this is how she's going to let me know that she's known you like all of your life too, since Rachel. I want to see if she'll tell me. God, Shannon, do you ever get like scared to say something because you're like, shit, it's going to be wrong?
Yes.
God.
In fact, I was just thinking that because I kept seeing this sort of like painting of waves, like it looked like a surfer wave, but it looks like that Japanese style of like a wave painting. And I'm like, but I don't know what it is. So I just held on to it. It doesn't mean anything to you, Meredith, does it?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's not coming to mind right this second, but
you know the reference that I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
What's the significance of the sunflowers?
That might be a Rachel thing, or my sister had them in her wedding. Those are the only two things I could think of.
Is your sister still here?
Mm-hmm.
Is your grandmother on your mom's side on the other side?
Yeah.
She is? Is that who you wanted to talk to?
She didn't come to mind right away, but she's never come through for me. So that would be pretty awesome.
Okay. Was her name like Nellie or something? She had like a nickname or something. Who's Nellie? Why do I hear Nellie?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Nellie. Sometimes I hear it and that's what I hear, but it might be different.
I think my dad has a cousin in spirit named Nellie. So
oh God,
you can dismiss her if she's bothering.
Okay, Nellie, hang tight, Nellie.
I think her name is like Nellie Gray or something.
Okay, yeah. That Nellie's not a normal name.
No, that's my dad's cousin. Love you, Nellie.
Love you, Nellie. It's like we'll hit you next.
Yeah.
My God. Okay. I think this is Grandma. Hang on. I keep hearing biscuits. What is that? I know what biscuits are. Biscuits. Shannon, is this for you? Oh, God.
Biscuits. Like a dog biscuit type thing?
No, like a Pillsbury biscuit. Like brands, like a biscuit.
Unless my dad's cousin Nellie was into biscuits, but I don't even know her. So
oh yeah, no.
My mom made biscuits. Shannon, I'm sorry. Can I just touch back really quick on something that just came through? And I was like, why didn't I do this? Is that there is a Becky on the other side that was my sister's best friend. So I wonder if that's what's happening.
Oh my God, probably.
I don't know how it didn't
the fact that you just connected that is how we're steering the conversation now, because I trust that's where we're supposed to go.
And
Did you
this
know
is
her?
all in the same neighborhood. Yeah, I knew her yeah. And she was like my sister's best friend. Yeah.
Did she die in a car accident?
No, she died in a house fire.
Okay. Oh my God. Are you serious? Dude, listen to this. Yesterday I was in the bathroom and I was cleaning up and like putting towels away. And all of a sudden I started smelling smoke, like fire. And I said, I wonder if this is for tomorrow.
No
And
way.
yes. And I opened up the window in the bathroom to see if I was freaking out because it was raining, but I was like, dude, I threw out my bong, my ash. I was like,
Yeah.
it's raining. There's no way anything's on fire. And I kept smelling it everywhere. And then I came back and sat down after I checked to make sure the oven wasn't on. I hadn't blown out any candles. And now I'm shaking like crazy.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh my God. My eyes are like watering. I hate when this happens. And I came back in here and then it went away.
Whoa.
Oh, dude, it's so weird. And I couldn't breathe earlier. Like I couldn't swallow. Shannon, we were all clearing our throat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Wow. Don't tell me anything.
Okay. Sorry.
No. Oh my gosh. This is Rachel's mom, even though I don't know how on the other side, we all know each other, but Rachel's mom came through first. So you knew that Rachel's mom was on, because you confirmed she's on the other side. There was a woman. She's the one saying all of this stuff. And that's the Becky. That's the Becky. She's connecting us to Becky. That's your sister's best friend, right? You said. So this again is her. When I just said she's been with you she's known you all of your life because she was gone before she met you.
Yeah.
So, or before you met Rachel. So she's already known you. So now she's going to give you she was necessary to come through. Because maybe, is Becky really quiet? Was she really kind of like quiet? Yes.
And I think when you said the sunflowers, maybe that was Becky saying, Meredith, think of your sister. And then that's how I connected.
That's what it is.
Back to my sister.
You're
Yeah.
good. You're good, Meredith. You're good. You are connected. You are good. This is how it works. Like they will ping off of all of us until it makes sense. And it's a sunflower. It could be, I could have said a rose, but do you see how they're good? They're going to guide the conversation.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now my ears are ringing. Oh, hang on. Just a second. Oh, it's bugging me. Sometimes it's like so loud. Okay. Wow. Okay. When this happened to Becky, was she 16? I keep seeing 16.
She was, oh man, I want to say 25.
Who was 16 at that time? Is she older than you?
No, she's younger than me. Who was 16?
Here. Okay. Whose birthday's on the 16th or 1/6, January 6th? Is there anybody in January?
Oh, there's lots of Januaries. Yeah. I don't know about January 6th.
Okay. What about January 16th? Because I don't know. There's got to be a reason for 16.
Oh, my friend Amy, who just had a baby. Maybe.
Okay, I'm just going to put that.
January 16th.
Okay.
That's a friend from out here.
Okay, we're going back to Becky. How do you connect with Peaches? Is Peaches a name of an animal? Or do you connect with Peaches?
I mean, so my hometown, we had apple orchards and they sold peaches. So
okay, yeah.
From that town as well. So that was like a thing.
Oh my God. Okay. I think now she's going to introduce me to your grandmother. So I think we're going to, it's like, cause now we're talking about stuff that I'm trying to figure out where you're from. I'm going to see if they're going to show me because I feel like it's not California. Are you from California?
No.
Okay. No wonder. I was like, there's no way. We didn't talk about where you're from, did we? I don't
No,
think we
we
did.
talked about the lake.
Yeah, okay. I keep wanting to say like Arizona or something. It's like I feel like it's like Texas. Is it in the South or is it like where is it?
It's New Hampshire, so
No way. East Coast. No
Yeah.
way. Wow. Okay.
lots of like lakes and woods and
Okay, got it. My mom lives in Connecticut and
Oh, okay.
and then my husband's family is in Rhode Island. So
Oh, okay, yes.
okay, got it. Okay, wow, East Coast. Okay, that's hence the woods and stuff.
But I was
Okay.
born in Virginia, and we lived there for a while too. So I don't know if you're getting that with the South. And
God, man, I don't know. It's like it's just open, beautiful, like land, like a ranch or a farm. Okay, I'm trying to focus. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out who these people are. Okay, so Becky, oh my God. This, okay, God, sometimes it sounds so weird. I'm not even gonna second guess myself. She's talking about like, I keep hearing like Don Julio's, and I don't know if that's like a Mexican restaurant or something. Does that make sense? And I think this is somebody, this is Becky.
So I wonder if she's referencing margaritas, which I feel like she and my sister used to go to, which is like the one cool Mexican restaurant in New Hampshire. You know what I mean?
Okay. This is Becky then. So Becky, okay. So Becky's on the other side.
Yeah.
This is your sister's best friend.
My
Okay.
sister's friend, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm talking to Becky. Did she have dark hair? Long dark hair?
Long, like light hair.
It wasn't like your color?
It's like a little lighter, but similar. Yeah. Like
Okay.
Shiny.
It's not my color. Like mine's dark.
No.
But this, I can see her. She's got like long black hair, not black hair, long straight hair. It's just very simple, beautiful. Oh my gosh, hang on. Was this fire in her house? Was it her house, you said? Do you know details if she tells me details? Do you know? Because all I hear is like the other people got out. Were there other people there with her? She said they got out and she's talking about this guy, somebody went back to get her. Who went back to get her?
Well, do you want me to disclose
she's telling me, I'm going to tell you what she's telling me. And I just need you to kind of direct me because there's a reason for this. There's a specific guy she's talking about. I don't know who it is. Does that make sense?
She has two brothers and a father that survived. And then her mother went to save her and passed in the house fire with her.
Okay. Oh, that's why. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, it's.
Wow. Oh my God, dude, this is, okay. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. I'm so confused. So Becky and her mom died in a house fire together?
Yes.
And then what does that have to do with Rachel? Anything? No. Okay, this is the sunflower. This is them transitioning to oh my God, her mom and her. Oh, wow. So this wasn't Rachel's mom. This is Becky's mom, I think.
Right. Yeah.
The whole time.
Two different friends' moms, but all in the same community, in the same neighborhood and stuff in New Hampshire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The cool thing is they're together. That's so cool.
So cool.
And you know what she says too? They passed out. Do you know details? She said that she just knocked out. Becky says all of a sudden, were they sleeping? Because she said, I didn't even know.
Yeah, they were sleeping.
Okay.
And something about, there was something years ago, this medium came through or was talking to my sister, and there was something about
Don't say it. Don't tell me.
Sorry.
I was going to say, did they say something about the water heater? There's something with were you going to say electrical though? There's something with I feel like there's something that has to do with like a heater, some kind of heater. Like I say water heater because I see like a big tank, but I don't know what it is, but it's some kind of heater.
Something
So maybe
like that with the house. Yeah.
like it was old or it hadn't been updated or something, I feel like. Wow, okay, the other people, holy cow. Like her dad, man, her dad had a really still has a very hard time with this, she says. Well, do you know if like, do you know if her parents, they were like high school or college sweethearts or something like that? Because she's talking about like this real love, real love.
I believe they were together for, yeah, I would probably, if I had to guess, I would say college sweethearts.
Okay.
I'm not totally sure on that.
Because she says like a long time. And to me, it always makes me think like you're like first love, like real, like true love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just got to process this. Holy shit. Okay. So Becky and her mom, I want to see if who's Stacy?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just going to write it down. Stacy. It could be another person jumping in. Who knows? Okay. I want to know who her mom is. What's her mom's name? It's not Robin, is it? Do you know a Robin?
I know a Robin on this side.
Okay, how is she connected? Who's she connected to? Is she connected to your sister? You
I
and
know
your sister?
two Robins, male and female. No, LA side, not connected to my sister.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Robin sounds like a Rachel person on Rachel's side.
Okay. So I just wrote it down.
But I'm going to ask my sister about Robin.
Okay, I'm gonna ask her about like about her sister, because I know you're hang on. Okay, because now I'm hearing like Michelle and Melissa. Who's Michelle and Melissa?
So that comes to mind, those are again people that are in this same little friend group on this side, all in New Hampshire neighborhood. So you're kind of zoning into when we were like 13, 14, 15. It was like Rachel, Michelle, like other
all the kids. Okay, wow. This reminds me of like, you know what she's showing me now? Do you remember those books, The Babysitter's Club?
Oh my God, I was just, yes.
That's what she just said to me. She said she's showing me my whole collection of The Babysitter's Club, and she's like, mention The Babysitter's Club. What does that mean?
Totally. I mean, we used to have like a babysitter's club, and you could take an EMT class and join it.
Oh my
and
God.
I read the books, and
okay,
that whole neighborhood, we also watched each other's kids, like we watched our parents' friends' babies, and totally.
Okay, this is totally her. She's still very much alive, man. It's weird because I wish you could, I always say this to people, I wish you could see like what I see, because I only know them to be alive.
Right.
But they're very happy and they just adore you, and I'm still asking them what your sister's name is too. It's like, I'm trying to figure out if they're going to tell me, but you know who this is. I mean, it's them.
Yeah.
Who's Blake?
I think that's like a grandfather and uncle on my mom's side. Like,
oh God. Okay. So now everybody's wants this. I'm telling you, there's so many people. I didn't know if this is like her brother or something.
But it could,
man.
Now I'm thinking, is Blake her dad's name?
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
I have to ask my sister. I can't rule it out. I'm not totally sure.
Because it's like her mom and her sister are here, and I'm trying to get all, like, they're both quiet though. Was the dad like the real spontaneous, outgoing one?
I didn't know him super well, but I would say the mom, who I don't want to name, Becky's mom though.
Yeah.
She was like very outgoing, very opinionated, lots of tenacity, but like so cool. Just real salt of the earth.
Is it Donna? I see her and she reminds me of like Sunny, like Cher. Like, I feel like I'm looking at like 70s Cher.
Definite 70s vibe, but more like the feather
Yes, like Farrah Fawcett kind of. Yes. Yes, I see her. I see them together. They're holding hands. God, man, what is she trying to tell me? Like I know, first of all, they're okay. They're okay. And when I asked them, like, was there any suffering? And they're like, none. So I don't know do you talk to the family? Do you talk to the brothers or like the dad?
My sister, I don't. My sister, I think, keeps in touch with the brothers, like social media loosely.
Okay. Okay. Who's Danny? She said, ask about Danny. Who's Danny?
I
Danny.
don't
God,
know.
maybe it's for your sister. Who knows? Danny. Maybe Danny. I'm going to write it down. Danny. So weird because I put Danny with a heart. I'm like, that's bizarre. I don't know who that is. Danny with a heart. It's like, what are they like? It's so weird because they're just standing here and I don't know what they're like. They're trying to give me like, have they ever come through with anybody else? And were they kind of quiet, like kind of vague?
Yeah, Becky's come through to my sister.
Okay.
I want to say maybe 3 years ago. But I'm not sure about her mom coming through as well.
Who's Susan?
All the Susans I know are on this side.
And none of them are related to any.
So
Go ahead. Sorry.
well, the only thing I can think of is Susan is one of my best friends that's in, again, this neighborhood group.
Oh God. Okay. See, this is definitely her. She's
It's
like maybe
zoning into like our streets, like the houses were like boop, 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 boop.
I know. And I feel like it's like it was one of those neighborhoods where it's like everybody would go out and you come back when the street lights are on. Like everybody was out on their bikes and like in tree houses and shit. It was very like very family. Yeah. And the fact that she keeps taking me back to that time is like, that means that was like some of the happiest times in their life, which is why we're zoning in on like such specifics. Like, I mean, the Babysitters Club, come on, man. I mean, that's like that makes me feel old as shit. Like, my God, jeez. But like, that's so specific, you know? Why? Okay, she's talking about the turtles. Do you know anything of what's the significance of the turtles?
So
if you can't think of it, then it may not have happened yet.
There was like a river out behind, and she and my sister might have caught turtles.
Okay.
Or at the lake we were talking about.
Okay. I'm trying to ask for something specific with your sister. Or even with you. It's like, you're the portal today, Meredith, man. Like, you have on like a little light that's like beep, beep, beep. And everybody's like, oh man, she's got an opportunity today. We all got to line up. It's crazy. That's how it happens. It's so crazy. Okay, let's go back. Let's talk to, let's see who wants to come through. I keep going back to a car accident and I can't tell. Do you know a girl that died in a car accident?
Nothing's coming to mind.
Okay, Shannon, is that you? No, this is so crazy. Okay, no car accidents right now, guys. I need like the now stuff. I wish I could put these pieces together because like right now I see this giant refrigerator, but it's like an old-timey refrigerator. You know, the kind that has like the giant handles, like the 50s or whatever, like the vintage.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have one of those? Have you ever seen one of those? Do you know anybody that would have one?
I've seen them. The only thing that's coming up in my mind, Shannon Torrance, is the entrance to Davy Wayne's, the bar. I think that's the only time I've seen one of those in real life.
Oh my God. Davy Wayne's. I'm like, who would that be? Okay, let's try it. I want to try something different. I want to see, since there's a line of people and everybody's so quiet, it's almost like they don't either know how to do this, or there's just there's so much energy that like Becky and her mom can't even possibly filter this through. Like Becky's mom is one of those people that wants to help everybody. She's like the mom of the neighborhood. She's the one literally all feeding all the kids. That's who she is. So she's trying to take care of all of these people. And I'm trying to tell her it's okay to let them wait. But she's so worried about making sure that, you know, she also lets people through that have to do with you guys growing, or your sister growing up, like all of those friends, because that means at some point she's probably going to bring their friends through too, their family members and friends. That's just who she is. This is who she is. What's her name? Because she's not going to tell me.
I was going to ask that.
Fran.
Fran, I would have never guessed. That's why she's laughing. She's laughing. She's got a very distinct laugh too. Very, very, very distinct. Did she smoke?
Totally.
Did she smoke cigarettes? Because she's got like that grit, that rasp. You know what I'm talking about?
Totally had the rasp. I don't think she smoked, but she had a very distinct voice.
Okay.
And
Okay.
She's just a very, like distinct, tenacious person. Like,
Yes. I hear it. I hear
she
her
has
because I can
presence.
hear. Okay. Yeah, I got her. This is definitely her. She's definitely, yeah, she's, oh my God, she's laughing. It's so loud. My God. She's like, I can't believe this. She has an accent though, doesn't she? She has more, like, you don't have an accent. She has an accent to me. She
yeah.
reminds me like, she reminds me of like an Italian mom. I
was
don't
going
know
to say
why.
Carmela Soprano is what
Yes.
I thought you were going to say.
She reminds me of an Italian personality, like so big and like,
Yes.
but for a little person.
Accent. And I don't know if it was a Mass accent or if it was like I feel like it was maybe like a New York accent. Like she was maybe from New York.
Okay. Cause that's what I feel like, almost like a Long Island or something.
Yeah.
Like I always think like mob wives. I don't know why. You said like, you know, Shannon said The Sopranos and I say like mob wives, like, yeah, just like a big personality. That's why she's trying to let everyone through. And I'm trying to like chill. I want to be like, hang on, let's just wait. What's your sister's name? Paige. I would have never guessed that either, man. They're giving me like everybody else in the neighborhood's name, but like the important like characters that are still here.
Right.
Oh my God, Paige. Okay. Did you guys, how are you older than, you're older than Paige, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hang out with Becky also though? Or was it more those
A
two?
little bit. Her brother, yeah, like when we were really little, yes. And her brother was my age. So like our moms were friends. But as we got older, I mean, I left. So
yeah. What do you want to know? Like, who do you want to talk to? Because I want to see if they're going to bring these people through.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell you what they look like.
Okay. I'm just going to close my door. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Because there are literally so many people. I don't even know. I have no idea who to let through. I don't know who's here.
I want to talk to my brother and I want to talk to my grandma.
Okay. Who's David?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to go through the line. David, you got to go, buddy. David came in yesterday too. I'm like, David's the same. David's like pushy.
Sorry, David.
He's probably
Sorry,
with Becky.
David. He's chilling. Okay, so now I'm seeing, I've been seeing cars lately. I see like a white, and I don't know if the color is right, but it looks like an old Mustang type car, like an old vintage sports car. I think it's an old Mustang. Is that your brother?
The cars is definitely my brother. Yeah.
Okay, this is him because there's a guy standing next to the car and he's very modest and he's just leaning up against it with his hands in his pocket. And he's just like, it reminds me of the scene when Jake Ryan is leaning against the car outside in 16 Candles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's very good looking. This is your brother.
Yeah.
This is him. Hang on. He knew you would know the car. He said he loved you so much. And he says he's sorry.
That's good to hear, because we definitely had some not issues, but hard times. And
I know. He said was he your younger brother?
yeah.
Yeah. He just, man, he was invincible. He was invincible.
He really was. It was just, he could do anything.
Yeah.
One of those people.
He anything he wanted to do, he was great at. Just like,
Mhm.
and it was effortless. He's like, it's effortless. He doesn't even have to try. That's the crazy thing. I'm like, man, it's like, man, people like you make me so mad. Like, we have to bust our ass.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, you have it so easy. He laughs.
He literally, like, anything he did, he was great at. Not just good, great.
Yeah, excellent. He said excellent. He's like making that very clear. He's very funny. He's like class clown, man. He's the one everybody wanted to hang out with. Just a good solid dude.
Yeah, he definitely had that, like, je ne sais quoi, like,
Yeah.
thing about him.
Yeah, just very, like, to me, how I see him, he's like, just God, he's just so good looking. Like, he's just very happy. He's very happy. He's wearing a button down shirt, like it looks like a dress shirt, and the sleeves are rolled up, and he's got his shirt tucked in, he's got jeans on, and he looks like he's wearing, like, I don't know what kind of shoes they are. They're not tennis shoes, but he looks nice, like he's going, like, out, you know what I mean? Like, together.
Yeah.
And his hair is done, and he keeps talking about the sunglasses. I don't know why he's talking about the sunglasses, but he's messing with the sunglasses. So there's either something with sunglasses coming up, or or you're going to remember later. But I'm trying to just see what else he wants to say. Did he leave suddenly?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he just went like this. He said it was just dark.
Yeah.
Okay. He said he didn't even know. He didn't even know what happened. He said it was just, he realized when he saw the lights come on that he was in this room and he was looking at himself, and he wasn't there, but there were other people with him. Does that make sense? So I'm wondering if these were people that were with him on the other side that were waiting for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess what I really struggle with is that he suffered.
No,
He was scared.
no, hang on. Why is he talking about the bathroom? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was painting the bathroom in the house in New Hampshire, and then after he passed, I finished it. That's the only thing I can think of.
Is it yellow or some kind of yellow? Why is he saying yellow? Because he said it looks awesome. It's bright. So but he made
a bright blue.
Okay, because he showed me the sky, but he focused on the sunshine. So I was like, I thought it was yellow. Okay. So he's acknowledging that he was with you, and he's sorry you had to finish painting it without him. Like, he's trying to make light of this situation. But
the roller brush was still wet, and it was like months later. It was wild. Like, he had put it in a plastic bag, and I pulled it out.
Yeah, this is him saying, I'm okay. I'm okay. And I didn't suffer, and it was so fast. And I'm seeing if he'll tell me, did he take his life, or was it drugs?
No.
Okay, don't tell me. Hang on.
Okay.
Because he talks about like a bad decision, bad, bad, just, it was bad. I did something bad, just some, like or like a bad, like a, just a, like a, he said, I made the wrong move. I don't know how he's trying to say it. Like just the wrong, it was the wrong move.
He chose not to go to the hospital when he was in cardiac arrest. And then also I want to touch on the drug thing, because this is something I want to ask him about, because these doctors were prescribing him insane amount of Adderall. And I feel like it contributed, and I wanted, because this has come up before with like the drug thing. And I'm just like,
oh my
I
God.
feel like it had something to do with it, but it wasn't his fault.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And it's so weird that you say that, because I had an artist here. She's younger, and it's like, I have prescriptions that I've had for years that I just don't take, because I'm 46 years old, man. I don't want to die. Like, I am convinced like that shit will kill me. We're not young. I'm not a spring chicken.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, Adderall is one of those things that you become dependent on it, and you have to keep like upping it, but your heart doesn't, it just has to keep working harder and harder. And that's what he's leading me to believe. Like they had to keep changing it because it wasn't working.
Right, because he was on epileptic medication, which makes you really tired. So they were trying to reverse it, and they didn't do any checks and balances. And they just like, I found the prescription bottle, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the amount you were prescribed? Like, it's just,
God.
I know. I have all those medical records. I'm trying to like, it's not, I just want to hold somebody responsible. And I know that's part like ego, but it's wrong, and they're going to mess people's lives up.
I think you should.
31 years old.
I think you should fight. I think he says, I was not supposed to die. I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And you know that. And he did everything he was supposed to do. He's like, I didn't do anything that I wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah.
But this wasn't supposed to happen either. You know, he was in the prime of his life.
Yeah.
Did he just buy a house or something?
He was building a house.
Okay, that's what he was saying. Is like, I was like I had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? He said, don't worry about me, because I'm not alone, and I didn't suffer. It was so fast. It was so fast. He didn't even know what happened. It took him a minute to realize, holy shit. Oh my God.
Right.
He's like, I even pinched myself. He's like, I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but he also said too, it wasn't scary at all.
Okay.
It wasn't scary, because he realized he wasn't able to feel what we can feel here. He only knew love and joy, but he knew that he was going to be able to find somebody to communicate with you. He knew it. He was not going to like leave you hanging. That's not who he was. And you know that. He would never not touch base and check in. He always wanted you to know like what was happening. He always wanted to make sure you were okay. So like, this is still him, and he's good. Like, I only know him alive. What's his name? Kyle. No shit. I have a friend, Kyle, on the other side. He came through when Shannon was on the phone. We were doing this last time. My God. Synchronicity, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Kyle.
Can I tell you guys something kind of crazy? Like, speaking of the reading coming through yesterday, I went to my chiropractor, and I walked up the street to this Starbucks that I always go to after I see him. I've been there a million times. And there was this barista I'd never seen before. And he looked so much like my brother, Kyle, like tall, like the deep set eyes, like the beard, tattoos. And then he went over to take my order, and he turned to me, and his name tag said Kyle.
That was your brother.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's saying what's up in a very strong way right before this reading too.
And he knew that you would connect. He knew. He's like, there's no way she's not going to know it's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
He shows me a lot of things. We connect more now that he's on the other side than when he was alive.
Yeah. And it's usually because they have such a clear mind. Like, he's so happy. He doesn't have any of the shit that caused him anxiety here. Cause he's like, man, it was torture sometimes.
Yeah. I think he had a lot of stuff to deal with at a young age that is really hard. And he really did it.
Can I he wants to go dark here. And again, you don't have to answer this. Was he molested?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Because he keeps talking to me. All I hear is 8, 8, 8. So I'm wondering like what was significant that happened at 8.
I mean, I think that maybe it was when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. He was 8.
Okay. Because he just said everything changed.
I was feeling it's about your mom.
Okay. Because I never know, because it goes dark and I only know it's like, oh, this is usually like one thing. Okay. Wow. Wow. Is your mom on the other side?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No wonder there's this line. Jeez, man. They're all hanging out. I'm like trying to figure out who the fuck these people are.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. It's like a family reunion over there.
Is your mom name is not Kathy, is it? Okay, I'm trying to. There's a woman that looks just like you. Do you look like your mom? There's a woman here that looks exactly
Twins.
like you.
Yeah.
Exactly alike.
Like she looks like she's probably 35, maybe.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay, okay. You guys look exactly the same.
Yeah.
She's even dressed like you. And she's also got this little dog, and it looks like a Pomeranian or like a little orange kind of dog. Do you know who that dog is?
Not unless it was our friend Patty's Pomeranians, but my mom never had any dog. We never had dogs.
Is Patty here still?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe that's her saying that. I mean, Pomeranians are very specific, and she's got him on a leash. So yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, hang on. Okay, mom. Let's come on up to the stage, mom. Kyle brought her through. Does that make you feel good knowing they're together? Like they're like totally together.
Yeah, it does.
Did Kyle go before your mom?
Mm-mm.
After? Okay. Because it's like hard to tell. Usually
Mhm.
when they come forward, sometimes that's when they bring the other person forward. That makes sense that he brought her through, because he said, when I transitioned, she was there to meet me. So that's why he wasn't afraid. So it makes sense. Like, I'm just trying to we didn't talk about her name yet, right? Because I'm going to see if she'll introduce herself. Because nobody's telling me their name today. It's like we're taught stranger danger or something, man. Jeez. I keep wanting to say like Betty. I don't know why. Who's Betty? Elizabeth, Betty. I don't know why they're showing.
Maybe Beth. That's my mom's best friend. She's on this side. Elizabeth.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude. Okay. This is definitely your mom. Okay. This is mom.
Oh
man. Wow. She's talking about Elizabeth's husband. Is his name Pete? Did we say Pete before? Why is Pete? Feel like I heard Pete already. Pete.
I mean,
wow.
I have Peter in my life on this side.
Right now you do?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hang on. Because this is your mom talking about it. So I didn't know if that was like, okay. So she basically acknowledged her best friend, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Now she's talking about Pete. Is Pete your boyfriend?
Ex-boyfriend.
Oh, wow. Because she's like, I liked Pete. So like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
Okay. She's like, I don't know what happened with Pete. I liked Pete. So
sounds like everybody in my life. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is mom. She's funny. Is her birthday or anniversary coming up? Because again, they usually pop in at a certain time.
Yeah. The anniversary of her death was February 23rd. And then her birthday is April 5th, which is the same as my friend Rachel.
My God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Do you see why everybody's coming through? They're like, oh my God, this is wild, girl. These are, they come through because they love you.
Yeah.
This is like, that's like, if that doesn't like show you like on the other side, like these people like they're like still very much here. I mean, Kyle and your mom, wow, that's crazy. Like, mom and the baby are together again, it's like, and it's yeah. They just want you
They
to
were
know they're,
very close
huh?
on Earth too. They were like,
Yeah, I can tell. Like he's got his arm around her. They've got their arm, and he's taller than her too. So I can see
yeah.
like he loves her dearly, you know. Um, do you have things of his still? And your
Mhm,
mom's? Okay, don't tell me. Do you have stuff with you today at all?
mhm, mhm.
Okay, don't tell me. Because a lot of times, like yesterday in a reading, before like I wrapped up, they were like, oh, wait. And they were very specific. And this shit was literally right there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't know if it's like a watch or something, or like something like it's something of your brother's. I don't know if it's like cufflinks or like a watch. Is there something that he wore on his wrist?
I have quite a few things of his.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, it's a piece of jewelry though. Do you have his jewelry? Do you have jewelry that he wore?
I
Then
don't.
maybe this is something of your mom's. Do you have your mom's jewelry? Because I'm gonna describe what I see. Okay. The first thing I see is it looks like a necklace, and it looks like it has a bird or something on it. It's got like a little, like a um it's got some kind of thing on it, it almost looks like a locket, or like a,
Is it like silver, like
does it
this
have,
three
it's got
diamond?
a, yeah, it's got a, but it looks like a design. It's laid out like in a design.
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yes. Was that a necklace that she had?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
I'm trying to see if it looks like a design in the middle though. I can't see what it is.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
is it an angel?
Is that an angel?
It's just like these little wings. I don't know what it's,
It,
yeah.
girl, that's like
It has
angel
wings.
wings. That's an angel.
And then it has the diamonds and
And the pearl.
yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah.
had pearls come up yesterday too. I think your people were hijacking my sessions. Because it was jewelry. And I was like, why do I keep seeing the pearl? I see the pearl. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is your mom acknowledging. She's like, why don't you ever wear that?
I need to get the chain fixed.
Okay. Okay. Cause so there you go. She's like, why does it, I ask her why she never wears it? Okay. Get the chain fixed.
Yeah.
She's like, how are you supposed to know I'm physically with you? Like,
I have,
if
like,
you don't
all her
wear it.
rings. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. There you
Oh.
go. She's like, yeah. Well, she's like, why doesn't she wear it? That's funny. Okay, Kyle, do you still have the keys to his car?
Ooh.
Because he's talking about the keys to his car. Something about the car.
My sister or my dad probably has the keys to, I mean, he had a bajillion cars, but like his main truck, I think my dad has or did they sell that? There's some cars that my dad probably has the keys to, or guys he used to fix cars with have the keys to.
Okay, because it's some specific thing of keys. I don't know if this is what he's showing me. It's like this specific
Unless
I have
he's
hiccups.
talking about one of his exes that has a car of his. I don't know.
No, he's not talking about exes. He's like, he's keeping it in the family. He's like, no, we're not going to go there. Why is he talking about the frogs? What's the significance of frogs?
I don't know.
Okay, just remember frogs.
Okay.
And it's weird. It's like I see like emoji frogs. I don't know why. It's not like a real frog. It's like emoji frogs.
Oh, interesting.
So bizarre. See, I wish I get I wish there were labels on all these images that fly through my head.
Right.
So I could document them in the appropriate chronological order. Let's see what else. I know your mom's still here. She's the thing is, hang on, were your mom and your dad still married? Or were they already divorced? Were they divorced?
They were separated, but they still lived in the same house. It's super complicated.
Because I'm asking her, and it's like she talks about how like this the love of her life, but then when I see her, she's only with Kyle. And then it's like, usually when it's a family together, it's the paper dolls and they're all holding hands, but he's by himself. So I don't know if that means they were divorced or he was out of the picture, or
they did not have a happy coexistence.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think they were pretty hard on each other.
Your mom wants to know if there's anything that you need to know, if there's anything you want to know.
Yeah, I want to know where I should live, and if I should stay in my apartment, and what I should be doing in general.
Yeah. And she says you have to do what makes you happy. She's like, you're a grown up.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody's approval. You have to do what you want to do. What makes you happy, because she's like, you get one earthly life. Don't run from, and this is her. Don't run because you feel defeated. She's like, do what makes you happy.
Okay.
You know, she's like, I mean, obviously you got to live, but she's like, do what makes you happy. And she'd tell you the same thing if she was sitting right there with you, and she would support you. She'd tell you not to make any stupid decisions, but she would definitely like support you, and she wants you to be happy. She's like, that's all she cares about. She's like, all I've ever cared about are my kids being happy.
Yeah.
That was her thing. Like, you know, but she's happy and Kyle's happy and they're okay. And if you ever worried about them suffering and them being afraid, they weren't. They were not, because they would tell me, and I would be honest. I would tell you, and luckily it happened so fast for Kyle that it was just like, okay. I mean, he took it in stride, like, okay, well, I guess this is what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of just rolled with it. Whereas your mom she had prepared, she had more time to prepare, she says. So she was, she said that she had comfort knowing that is her mom over there?
Yeah, but her mom passed after she did.
Yeah, because she's saying her mom, well, she said, I'm with my mom though. So that's why I was like, is that your grandma? Is that her mom? Is her mom there?
Yeah, that's my grandma, but her grandma, I feel like she was seeing her grandma before she passed, because I remember her saying her name. Like when
was
she
her name like something old school, like Ethel or Helen or something?
It's Hilda. Yeah.
Hilda. Okay. That's who she's showing me. That's who she's with. Okay. That's who was that person met her when your mom transitioned. That's who was waiting for her. That's who she said. Was your mom in the hospital? Was she on hospice?
She was on hospice at
Okay.
home.
That's what she says, because it looks like you guys set up her area really nice. She's talking about how it was very, it didn't feel like even though it was at home, she wanted to be at home. She keeps talking about how she wanted to be at home.
Yeah.
But the woman, Hilda, I thought it was Ethel or Helen. I was close. I knew it was one of those kind of names.
Yeah. Yeah. That old school. Yeah.
Yes. So that's who was with her the whole time, holding her hand. So she was very comforted, and she knew that you guys were going to be okay. She's like, they've had enough time. It's never easy to leave, but she knew that she did a good job and that you guys would be okay because you're her kids and you're strong. You know, like you're just, and then, you know, she just, they don't leave us. They don't leave us. It's the physical part. I don't know if we ever get used to, but I think it's good when you understand that the signs that they send are real and they're not just our imagination. It's like, makes me so emotional.
Yeah.
And you just have to understand that, like, if you need your mom, she's still very much here. And if you listen to her responses in your head, they're going to be exactly what she would say, and you will hear her voice. And I promise it's not your imagination.
Okay.
I know you think it is, and that's what she says. She's like, she doesn't believe it's me, but it is. And when you're in the car and that song turns on and you know it's her, she knows. She knows, you know, but you have to, you also just, she's like, just know that she's free and she's not in pain anymore.
Yeah.
And she can do all the things that she couldn't do. And she keeps talking about her hair. She's like, my hair is beautiful. My hair is beautiful. Her hair is a big thing to her, she said.
Yeah.
She's like, I have this beautiful full head of hair again. Like, that's so it's, you know, she's happy and she's free. And she wants you to be happy too. And she doesn't want you to like hang on to the sad stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to remember the sad shit.
Yeah.
And they both love you very much and they're very proud of you. And from this point on, you have to do what makes you happy and not worry about what other people think.
Okay.
She's like, and
Yeah.
that's for mom.
I need to hear that. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna go, but they love you. And they said, sorry, we had to bring everybody else through, but they needed you to know beyond a shadow of a doubt it was them. So they had to bring the whole neighborhood together.
They had to bring the whole babysitters club.
That's
Seriously, literally.
That's crazy. Tell them thank you, or I'll tell them thank you.
Yeah, they can hear you. They're like, we're right here.
Yeah.
And I love
But-
both of you. And thank you so much for your vulnerability, for sharing this energy and time. This is why Shan and I love doing what we do, because it is so connecting and it is so vulnerable and it is so intimate and it's such a sacred responsibility. And I think she and I talked the other day about how a lot of people say, oh, don't cry. You got to keep if you're the medium, you shouldn't cry. And we're like, oh, we cry through all of our readings.
Yeah.
Which I think, I think you be organic, and that's like in mediumship, because also it allows the other person to know that you're connected with them, that you really do care, and that it affects you too, and that we're all one. Your sadness affects me because we're all one. So thank you for bringing forth evidence that that life continues. That's what we're here to do. And I will speak with both of you very soon. And does anyone have any parting words?
Shannon Roc, thank you so much. And Shannon Torrance, thank you for connecting us all. And you're just so wonderful. And yeah, just thank you both from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to relay these messages to my sister and to Rachel.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you for being open.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Signing off.
I was going to say, I almost just said, blessed be the fruit, because I didn't have anything else.
Praise be.
Praise be. All right. So I am here with Meredith a few days after the reading that she had with Shannon Roc, the Weedium. And we are here to recap what happened, but to add some extra validation that we weren't able to get at the time. So Meredith, hi, thank you for coming back again.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm happy to have you. I'm just going to kind of let you talk about what your experience was like and what you have since found out that was not covered. Whatever validation you weren't able to confirm, you now have some more information, it sounds like.
Yes. So the biggest thing I think was my experience was amazing. Shannon, that was, it was,
yeah,
she's wonderful. And the biggest thing I think is, she sort of was listing these names, and, the first thing she said was, who's Rachel? And then Rachel is my dear friend from back home whose mom passed, and it sort of sounds like she maybe went into their family, but she said, who's Maggie at one point, sort of at the beginning. And I was like, I don't know. And then after we got off the call later that evening, I had this thought. My friend Charlotte out here, who I just saw recently for the first time in a while, his mom passed away in a house fire, I believe, actually.
Oh, wow.
And I just had this feeling. I texted her, what's random? What's your mom's name? And she goes, Maggie. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. It just feels like you had a lot of spirit around you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people trying to get to their people through you, which happens sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
that is so cool.
Charlotte's mommy, she was Maggie. I got goosebumps. I was like, no way. And then she put in parentheses, Margaret. So that was wild.
Yeah.
I asked her about a pink boa and she couldn't recall anything, because that was mentioned from Shannon Roc. But also my friend Rachel, we've been playing phone tag, so I haven't gotten to connect with her, but I asked her about the pink boa. She's like, it doesn't ring a bell, but the glamour shots, she was like, yes. So I was right.
Yeah.
She had these glamour shots. What else? Yeah. So that was crazy. And then I really was realizing when Shannon was describing this lake and this dock, at first I thought maybe it was the lake that we grew up going to. And then when she said the dock, I was like, oh, that's my cousin's house. And she actually just, it's like, oh, that could be like generic, but she described it pretty specifically when she said the wooded area, which is true. It like, there's a wooded area, you go down these steps and there's the lake and the dock. And that was like one of the last times I saw my brother, was standing on that dock.
Oh, wow.
And the picture, like the main large picture we used at his memorial service, was a picture that I took of him on that dock. So I think
There you go. Yeah.
what that was. And then also she mentioned the name John. And again, I don't know why this didn't click at the time, but I did have a cousin that passed away named John. He was young, he was in his 20s. And the last time I saw him was at that house on that dock.
Wow.
So, and then another thing that kind of happened is she talked about my brother standing against like an old vintage white Mustang. And he never worked on Mustangs, but he worked on cars and vintage Volkswagens, and he had a vintage Volkswagen. But literally the next day after we spoke, I was walking down Western and going into an interview actually, and parked in front was a vintage mint condition old white Mustang. Like
Oh,
right.
wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So those were some pretty big.
Yeah. She's good. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
She had messages for me from my friend the other day. She's texted me saying, Derek came to me in a dream and he showed me this and this and this. And I validated it with his mother. It's just so cool.
What
She's
did
really
he
good.
tell you?
It was just like his Jeep. And like, I didn't even know he'd driven a Jeep, but it was a Jeep in his hat, but he had messages that were for his mom. She and I have been talking a lot, but it was all things that we've sort of been talking about and just validating that he's like, I'm here with you guys. So it's really amazing. And I'm so glad that you got to have a reading with her. She and I have read each other without meaning to. Like suddenly I'm just like, who's this woman? And she's like, that's my, one time her aunt came through to me while we were doing an interview, and it was incredible, like her husband's aunt. And it's just so cool when two mediums get together.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you wanted to add? I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything in terms of validation.
I wish I had been able to talk to Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing I could think of is when she said the frogs, like emoji frogs, is that my dad always says, I'm like, how are you? And he always says, fine as frog's hair. So
Oh, that's fun. That's so cute.
It's cute.
That's really funny.
But yeah, the Maggie one just really blew me away. And I was just had that feeling like, wait, what was your mom's name? It's just like Maggie.
And that's when you know.
Yeah.
Because the odds of that happening are so slim.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the odds of it. And also it's very possible too with the frogs, not to make it, we always avoid trying to stretch and try to find something.
Right.
If it isn't there, we don't want to, as a medium, it's not about us and our ego. We want to make sure it's right. But I wonder if it's possible that would be something that Kyle your brother would be relating to your father, because that's something nobody else says. Fine as frogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or whatever you said that was.
Fine as frog's hair.
Oh, fine as frog's hair.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's interesting. My brother's ex-girlfriend, not the girlfriend he was with before he passed, but the one before, had a reading with this woman in New Hampshire. And it was supposed to be like a psychic reading about her, but then my brother was like, she's like, somebody's here and he really, really wants to talk to you. And he told her extremely specific stuff about what was going wrong in her house and like stuff with her car. But he had a lot of messages for my dad through Andrea. So
that's, I think That's interesting. And I love that we get to show that here, that
Yeah.
happens all the time. The other day I did a reading for someone, and I was like, I have the name Ricky, or like I keep hearing Rick or Ricky, and she couldn't take it. Well, her name was the same name as the person I read the following day. They both had the same first name. And so I had said, like, come in, let's just say her name was Jane. I was like, okay, I'm looking for messages for Jane. And I got Ricky. The next day, second Jane comes in, and I asked her, I'm like, I don't know if I asked her if it was, I said, I said, what was your husband's name? And she said, his name was Rich, or Richard or something. And I said, well, I literally was getting Richard yesterday, but I kept feeling Ricky. She said, well, his parents called him Ricky. And I was like, I feel like he was a day early. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's like for someone else. I had a reading in LA from Susan Schuler, who's a friend of mine. She's been on the show and she's read people, and she gave me this whole reading. And I was the first time I met her, and I thought, I don't think she's good, or I don't know, none of this resonates. And then I was on my way home and I called my mom and I gave her all the info. And my mom's like, all of that was for me. And she said, I didn't tell you, I haven't talked to anyone about this, but this is what's going on for me. I had no idea. It was just personal stuff. It was all stuff that my mom wasn't sharing with me because it's her own personal stuff. And Susan nailed all of it. But it was all
Wow.
because I didn't have a strong need for comfort. I just wanted to go to her for the experience of it. And everything came through for her. And we figured out, that's okay. Now I know who that was. I was expecting it to be for me. So when you're getting a reading, be open-minded. It
Yeah.
may be like you have such a strong light. You really do. And there's so many people you have so many friends. And so it makes sense that I just got chills. That spirit would come through for you, knowing that you're such a, I don't know, such a warm and open person that they could kind of be attracted to you and that we would feel it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here. And I will see you soon because we're friends and I'm going to visit.
I
So I'll
can't
see you soon.
Okay. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.